I thought it would be this hokey thing. I was ready for an Elvis impersonator to show up or something, but it was actually a marvelous experience, believe it or not. Anyway, so I thought I'd start off tonight with a poem I wrote for my wife on Valentine's Day. It's called Again. I kissed you in Tuscany, and the light lit up the tops of spiral trees. The olive and wine grows with morning glows. I kissed you in Paris, and the left and right bank got confused by the Eiffel Tower warmth. I kissed you flying over the equator, and rain created a quick Aruba wetness before evaporating 50 years. I kissed you in New Orleans, and stories whispered through the quarter of musical and gastronomical solved mysteries. I kissed you today, and it all began again. I always liked Orpheus. I don't know if you ever saw the movie Black Orpheus, but it was a great movie, and the legend of Orpheus always got to me. So this is called the Song of Orpheus. Lying wintered in a pigeon's shelter, in the body of a saint, the wise man called the fool, the humdrum bum will beat his cry on some soldered instrument. Yet questioned even by a stranger, he may begin to sing the Song of Orpheus, that state of loneliness. How could anyone break through it except the divine? And if man is not divine, he spoke as a child, still blessed without knowing the choice of sleep with all his energy. Sing, O goddess, not of the day's routine, though there we can laugh, not of the team of wild stars, though they laugh with us, but of no path, of the emptiness love can bear. Fill me with your sad song of breath, and I can wait forever, sharing only that with you. And the poet, born from the chasm or the door, will pour out about the spinning, sometimes from where his heart stops, sometimes from where it transforms him, sometimes from being alone with a feeling born from two. For he is strangely stronger, weaker at the expense of love, and will not look back at you again. And you, angel to this voice, my listener, as Eurydice decided to stay within a mere creation of a hell where death is the only thing that will not die, for time is short sometimes within the timeless. Remember, in the clear, mystic time, slow as light, the song began embedded like a seed within his birth. Pan's rehearsal of early morning sounds left promise in the air. Yet Orpheus was not even to be sure, even when he finally sang, for his knowing was transforming, which left his knowing fresh, and what others would perceive, he could only play till he returned from the underworld what his love had fashioned. This is a poem I wrote a long time ago in Cambridge. A friend of mine was a bartender, and he actually was making more money as a bartender than being a lawyer, so he stayed in that profession. And this is called The Bartender Who Passed His Bar Exam. From the perfect drink to human nature, he learns to weigh the mask before it shatters, or a chip on the rim, as the world tips a cloudy bid for his dream, but takes his time. Often beneath the clock at the round table, amid the shower of voices in a single stream, I would watch you pull the sword from the stone, outguessing the world-ruled path, a modern-day Lancelot, able to share a story or rescue a sad spirit from oblivion. The books may teach procedure, yet only you know who likes an olive or an extra dash of this, or when the truth is spoken. Still, people pay for their spirits and their laws. The jukebox blares, the night wears on. Last call. Regulars melt a little in their chairs. Lovers draw closer. Conversation blurs. Last call. The verdict of another evening is counted and divided. Was something shared? And out under the stars, another dragon slain. The moon lets down her hair. I'm in the profession of telecommunications besides being a poet. And we were down we had a meeting in Washington, D.C. on 9/11. Awkward time to be there. And this is a poem I wrote at that experience of just what happened. Believe me, you don't want to be with a bunch of telecommunications people. But anyway, this is called Keeping Up with the Times. Today the world seems impossible, but I'm here. It's not me. And I care. 9/11 was implausible, but not accountable. It's your life, not theirs. Thank God it's not me. And I care because a leaf follows me down the street, because the sky is more than blue, with its clouds, unconfused and perfect, because a stroll to the seashore jump starts a day. It's our life. We care, we're there. Today the world seems impossible. And I wrote this for my wife's, well, it was inspired by my wife's father who fell out of bed one day. And it's called Falling Out of Bed. As you climb up into the other side of heaven, called today, let yourself in dancing, the slow sway with pauses, wide as a cat's yawn, smiling Cheshire saxophone sentiments, and delights with 1,000 greens, as if summer were responsible for this feeling. Always begin with roses, only because of their simple pleasure, guarded succinctly by thorns, that prickly pear moment might not disappear, that glorious burst of color over the top of fences, wind-blown perfectly. I have a book that's for sale out there, and it's $18, but half of it will go to the Cotuit Center if you choose to buy a book. It's called Meditation. Then when I close my eyes, the flute appears. Long sounds upon the seagull's sound, shallow at first, then tongue long, a flutter of twilight, a flux of dawn, a cardinal testifies, a squirrel escapes, a shepherd darts dramatically towards a promise endless flight of never capture with delight. I close my eyes, awake. And Cotuit, I live on Little River Road, and at the end, you all know of the oyster company that delights us with its wonderful salty tastes. And this is called At the End of a Beginning Road. At the end of a beginning road where orange-slickered fishermen sort through the jewels of the sea, it's strange to be left alone by everything you believe in as your mind meets the unexpected, letting consciousness back in. Like the sky painting blue innuendos around the cloud that effervescence the wings of hawks and the voice of air that spans freedom with bridges to ever reminding your day today, even tomorrow's, heaven and clouds, of the sun's joy and how it presents its light that walks there through each morning to see the magic, the mystery, the sea, the sounds of oysters in the orange hands of knowing. It's called Night Flight. Tonight, you are next to me, so full of dreams. Strange immortality that invents toward truth. Dream with me. Sleep peaceful, yesterday's approaches. Warmth alone rewards towards vision. Toes and hands and thighs curl naturally together like smoke from the fire, wanting without a modeled path to really touch. Then dreams might merge instead of years. Sure, we can pretend, but what stays with us then? Were it not for one moment, we would never love. Were it not for another, would we love again? Look, above the chimneys, life's season somehow seems too quick. Here's my most recent poem. It's called Reflections on Santa Marta. Santa Marta is on the coast of Colombia, between Venezuela and Colombia. I had the privilege of being down there in the early 70s, and it goes into, the mountain itself is a pyramid that has every single environment that exists on our planet. And it has some Indians that have communicate sort of telepathically. I was in this car, and we came to the edge of this desert, La Guajira Desert, and off in the distance there were like 3-4 Indians, and there was one cloud in the sky, and they were underneath that cloud. Now, I don't know whether they got the cloud to follow them, or they were following the cloud. I can't answer that one, but it was amazing. Anyway, this is called Reflections on Santa Marta. Consciousness is strong, not wimpy. It builds a foundation of strength and love. A bit of a joker carrying a wildflower bouquet. A lot of destiny smiling at fate. A bit of laughter in the face of sorrow. A lot of tears that water the seeds of the pyramid. The cloud drawn from the desert, filling your life with telepathic joy. The surf that tastes the highest peaks, the hand that holds another hand. The memories that serve the time that consciousness becomes strong. It's kind of like making pesto while talking to the gods. They give you insight, you add love and garlic. And here's a poem I wrote on St. Martin's, where I went down for my honeymoon many moons ago, and it's called Chrysalis. They actually have a butterfly farm there. So why does death befriend us? Why it takes so long for life to surface? And truth, too, is distilled so that trust is tasted. The butterfly quickens its flight to mate the coral reef to its cobalt wings in the turquoise sky, as the surf returns and returns, an answer as simple as a shell in the sand. Some days it's hard to grasp the meaning. Others, it's seemingly just the sunrise, conclusive as a perfect sunset, whimsical as a tropical rain. So why does death befriend us? Why it takes so long for life to surface? Thank you.